welcome to this week's level 2 class. For today's class, you're just going to need a mat, a headrest, and then just to make things a bit harder, 2 light weights, and then either a foam roller or a small ball. So we'll get started off on our hands and knees. So same as usual, just with the knees directly below your hips and hands directly below the shoulders. Starting off by dropping the ribcage down, arching the back, looking up in front. And then rounding out the spine all the way, looking down between the knees. Dropping the ribcage down, arching the back, looking up in front. And rounding out the spine, looking down between the knees. Again, dropping the ribcage down, arching the back, looking up in front. And rounding out the spine, looking down between the knees. Once more, dropping the ribcage down, arching the back, looking up in front. And then last time, rounding out the spine, looking down between the knees. And then coming to a neutral flat back position, tucking the belly button back towards your spine, then we'll straighten out the right leg behind and the left arm in front. Keeping the back nice and flat, we'll then make small circles with the arm and leg, trying to keep the body as still as possible and the neck long, so looking down towards the right hand. Gradually make the circles a little bit bigger. For 3, 2, and 1, lower down. Left leg, right arm. Starting off with small circles. Keep drawing your belly button in towards your spine. And then gradually making them a little bit bigger. And lower down. Then we'll straighten out the right leg behind, and we're going to tap the right leg diagonally across the body. And then bring it back behind you. So tapping across and back behind you. We're going to do that 8 more times. If you want to make it harder, straighten up that left arm. For 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. And lower down. Straighten out the left leg behind. Tapping diagonally across behind the right leg, and then bring the leg back behind you. So tapping down and back up. Again, if you want to make that a bit harder, straighten out that right leg just to challenge, the right arm, just to challenge the balance a little bit more. Good, we have 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good, and lower down. Now we're going to shift all the way over to the left side, straighten out the right leg and the right arm. Focus on keeping that hip parallel to the mat. Make sure it's not popping up like this, so you want it straight down. And then once you have your balance, small circles with the arm and leg. And lower down. Shift your weight to the right side, straighten out the left leg and the left arm, trying to keep the hips parallel to the mat. Once you have your balance, small circles. And lower down. Dig the toes in underneath, pinch the shoulders back, lift the knees up and hold. We'll hold this for 10 seconds. Try to keep your knees hovering just a few inches up off the mat. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Then we're going to walk the feet back into a high plank. We're going to bring the right hand to the left shoulder, left hand to the right. So just doing a few shoulder taps. If you make your feet a bit wider, it's a bit easier. If you want to make it harder, bring your feet in closer. Good for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest the knees down. We'll do 1 more here. Good. Coming into a high plank, we'll lift up the right foot and the left. Right, left, right, left. Good. 1 more on the right, 1 more on the left, resting the knees down. Bring the knees apart nice and wide, sitting back into the heels into child's pose. Stretching out the shoulders. Bringing the right arm underneath the left, leaning your body weight to the right side, just stretching out the right shoulder blade and the rotator cuff. And then switching over, left arm underneath, leaning to the left. And back to the center. And then we'll come onto our back. And then we'll start with just a few toe taps. So we'll imprint the spine, bring the legs up into tabletop, keeping the spine imprinted, tap the right foot down, and then the left. So just warming up the core here, just nice gentle taps. Gradually reaching a little bit further away with that leg, trying to keep the opposite leg completely still. Now you can keep just doing the regular toe taps, but if you want to make it a bit harder, grab a weight in each hand. As you tap the right leg down, bring the left arm back, and then left leg, right arm, alternating each side. So the opposite arm and leg stay completely still, while the others move away from each other. Keep pushing the belly button down towards the mat. Keep the spine imprinted. We have 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze the legs together. You can keep the arms up, or you can bring the arms down by your side. We'll just do a few double leg toe taps. Now, if you want to make this harder, reaching the arms up, you could do this with or without weights, and then reaching back as you tap down. So nice soft taps, really bringing in the upper abdominals here. Make sure you're pushing the rib cage down towards the mat. Don't let the ribs flare. Good, 5 more. Keep the legs squeezed together for 3, 2, and 1. Good. Resting the legs down. Bring the weights to the side. We'll then grab the roller. Or if you don't have a roller, just keep the feet down on the mat, or you're welcome to grab a small ball as well. So 2 feet on whichever object you have. Arms down by your side just to warm up. We'll imprint the spine, lifting the hips up, squeezing the glutes, slowly lowering down vertebrae by vertebrae. Imprint, lifting up, and lower down. Making sure you're squeezing the glutes at the top and rolling down vertebrae by vertebrae, starting from the rib cage as you roll down. So the last thing that hits is the tailbone, and then imprinting, lifting up, and controlling as you roll down. Good, we have 2 more. Last one. And then elbows on the mat, hands on the rib cage, imprint, lifting up, keeping the ribs tucked in. Good. If you're just doing these on the ground and you find them a little bit too easy, you can keep the arms crossed the whole time rather than doing the 3 arm positions. Good, we have 3 more. 2, and last one. Good, lower down, arms across the chest, shoulders are relaxed, imprint, lifting up, and lower, imprint and lift, and lower, and lower, good. We have 4 more. 3, 2, last one. We're gonna keep the hips up nice and high, squeeze the glutes, bring the legs apart together. So just a small movement here, just working the abductors on the side of the hips. Try to keep the hips up. We're gonna do 20 here. Just a small movement out and back. Make sure the hips don't drop as you bring the legs apart together, apart together. Good, keep the hips up. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Good, and then we'll bring the roller over to the left foot. Bring the right leg into the chest. We're gonna bring the elbows down on the mat. And then we'll imprint the spine, lifting the hips up and lower down, nice and controlled the whole way. Rolling up and lower. Lifting up. Good, imprint and lift. And lift. Good, we have 4 more. 3, 2, and last one. And switching over. Right leg on the roller or ball, whichever you have, or on the mat. If you're just on the mat, again, trying to challenge yourself, trying to cross those arms. If not, just following. If you need to, even bring the arms down by your side. Elbows are a little bit harder. Imprint, lifting up and lower. Imprint and lift and lower. Imprint and lift and lower. Good. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and last one. And switching over. Bring that right leg back into the chest, and then we're gonna bring the left, we're gonna cross the left arm across the chest, and we're gonna bring that right elbow down. And we're gonna imprint the spine, lifting the hips up and lower. Again, if you wanna make this harder, feel free to cross both arms across the chest. And if you need to make it easier, just bring that other elbow down. Imprint and lift and lower. Lifting up and lower. Lift and lower. Good, we have 4 more. 3, 2, and last one. Good, and switching over. Right foot on the roller, left knee into the chest, left elbow down, right arm across the chest. Good. Imprint, lifting up and lower down. Imprint and lift and lower, lift and lower. Good. We have 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and last one. Good. Lower down. And then we'll just put the rollers out of the way. And then we'll come back onto our backs. We'll imprint the spine, bring the legs to tabletop, straighten the legs up. Chin to the chest, rolling forward, grab the right calf with both hands. Lower to the mat, left calf. Really reaching up towards the ankles here. Alternating each side. Good, we have 4 more. 3, 2, and last one. Bend the knees, resting the head back. Imprinting the spine, legs to tabletop. Straighten the legs up. Small flutter kicks with the legs. Good, keeping the shoulders relaxed. You can gradually make the kicks a little bit bigger as long as that spine stays imprinted. Good, and you could bring the chin to the chest if you want to make it harder. Making those kicks a little bit bigger, trying to challenge yourself here. Good for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bending the knees, resting down. And then we're going to try the one that we did last week that was a little bit different. So hands behind the head. And then just to remind you, we're going to bring the elbow and knee together. So opposite elbow to the opposite knee. We're going to do 4. And then we're going to roll up and we're going to do 4 up top. Roll back down, 4 at the bottom. If that's sore on your back at all, just stay down for the whole set. So just staying down like this. Otherwise, trying to go up and down just to challenge the core a bit more. So we'll bring the hands behind the head. Imprint the spine, legs to tabletop. And then right knee to the left elbow. Left knee to the opposite side. Sorry, I get confused with this one. For 3, 2, 1, rolling up. 4, 3, 2, 1, rolling down. 2, 1, rolling up. 2, 1, down. And up. And down. 4, 3, 2, 1, up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. 2, 1. Rolling up. 3, 2, 1. Woo, hugging the knees into the chest. Giving yourself a little rest. And then we'll rest the legs down. Imprint the spine, legs to tabletop. Straighten up that right leg. Small circles with the right leg. Gradually making them a little bit bigger. Drop the leg out to the side. Keeping that left leg as still as possible. Spine's imprinted. 2 and 1. Bend the right leg, straighten up the left. Good, keeping that right leg still. Big circles. 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knees resting down. Then we'll imprint the spine, bring the legs to tabletop, straighten the legs up, slide the legs from right to the left. Just letting the legs slide on each other. You can put your hands on your hips just to make sure you're not rocking side to side. For 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knees resting down. Then we'll imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, hands behind the head, chin to the chest, rolling forward, elbows and knees in together, knees and elbows apart. In together and apart, in together and apart. Good. We have 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Resting down. Then we'll straighten the legs out. Grab a weight in each hand if you want to make it harder. Squeeze the legs together. Arms forward, chin to chest, rolling up. Sitting up nice and tall, shoulders are pinched. Slowly rolling down, vertebrae by vertebrae, reaching back all the way. Arms forward, chin to chest, rolling up. Shoulders pinched. And rolling down nice and slow. Reaching back. And rolling up. Again, if you need to modify this, just going halfway and then coming back up. So whichever you feel you're able to do. To make it harder, then reaching up and rolling down and rolling up. Good, we have 4 more. 3, keep the legs heavy on the mat, don't let them lift. 2, and last one. And rolling down, good, we'll put the weights to the side. We'll just try our 3 with the hands behind the head. Hopefully this is getting a little bit easier at this stage. So elbows out wide, chin to the chest, rolling up, keep the elbows out, and slowly rolling down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Elbows out, rolling up. Good, trying to keep them out as much as you can, especially on the way down. Don't let them flick in. Good, we have 1 more here. Rolling up. Good, and then we'll stay up, sitting up nice and tall. Straighten the legs out in front, squeeze the shoulder blades back, toes pointing up to the ceiling, tensing the right quad muscles. Make sure that you're not leaning back, and also try to sit up nice and straight. Lift the right thigh up off the mat, and lower and lift and lower for 3, 4, make sure you don't lean back, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good, and then we'll do 10 on the left, tensing those left quad muscles. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good, bending the knees, bring the hands nice and wide, pinch the shoulders back. So make sure your back is nice and straight here. Make sure that you're not sinking back into your spine. So shoulders are pinched back, back is straight, chest is forward. We're gonna straighten up the right leg and we're gonna lower and lift. Good, keeping that left leg as still as possible. If you wanna make this harder, lift that left foot up just a few inches. Good, we have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the right leg, and then we'll straighten up the left leg, lower and lift. Again, if you wanna make that harder, lift that right foot up just a few inches. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bend the right leg and the left leg. Straighten out the right leg then. Lower halfway, small circles forward. Trying to keep the left leg as still as possible. Again, your option is to lift the left leg up. 3, 2, 1, switch sides. Lower halfway, left leg small circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend both legs. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then we're just gonna lift both legs up and tap them down gently. So don't place them down, just make sure you do a little small tap, similar to the toe taps. Good. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, now we're straightening the legs out. Bend the right knee. We're gonna wrap the left arm all the way around the right knee, coming into a spinal twist. So right arm's at the base of your spine, lifting up through the chest, looking over to your right, over your right shoulder. Imagine a string is pulling you from the top of your head, getting a nice stretch from the base of your spine, all the way up into the neck. And then switching over. Bending up that left knee, bringing the right arm around, left arm at the base of the spine, lifting up, twisting from the base, looking over your left shoulder. If this is painful at all, just don't twist quite so much. So you can just do a modified twist, so just don't go as far. And then we'll come onto our backs. And then we'll bring the legs into tabletop. We're just gonna do a few into boat pose as well. So if you have weights, you can grab them now. Otherwise, don't use any weights. Legs are in tabletop, squeeze the legs together. Arms forward, chin to chest, rolling up, chest forward. Slowly curling the low back as you roll down, reaching the arms back. And rolling up. And rolling down, nice and controlled, reaching back. Rolling up. And rolling down. If you want to make this harder, reaching up. And then slowly rolling down. And reaching up. Rolling down. Good, we have 3 more. Good, nice and controlled. 2. And last one, we're gonna stay up. Switch just to the one weight, tapping to the right, tapping to the left. Try to keep the legs lifted. Keep the knees squeezed together, letting the body rotate. Nice soft tap side to side. Good, we have 10 more seconds. Try to stay up. Good for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hugging the knees in, resting back, rocking side to side. And then we will come onto our stomachs. Put the weights now down by your side if you want to make the next few harder. Otherwise, no need for any weights. We'll start off with the forehead resting on your hands. Pressing the hips into the mat. Lifting the upper body up off the mat and lower down. Lifting up and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Lift both legs up. Small flutter kicks with the legs, kicking back and forth. Squeezing the glutes for 4, 3, 2, 1. And we'll bring the legs apart and together, apart together. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lower down. Then we'll lift the left leg up, and then lower we'll do the left again. So we're going to do 10 on the left. So try to lift the leg straight up. Don't let it come out to the side. Keeping that knee nice and straight. Squeezing the glutes on the left. Good. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Hold it up for 10 pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest the left leg down. Right leg up nice and high and lower. So imagine you're reaching your leg away from you, keeping that knee nice and straight, going straight up. Good, we have 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bending both knees. Bring the knees apart nice and wide into a frog position. Soles of the feet are together, lifting the thighs up and lower. So lifting up, lower down. Pressing the hips into the mat as you lift. Squeeze the glutes as you lift up. Lift and lower, lift and lower. Good, we have 3 more. 2 and 1. Lower down. And then we'll bring the hands down by your sides. If you have weights, you can grab them now. Otherwise, you don't need to use any weights. Squeeze the legs together. Press the hips into the mat. Lift the upper body up, twist the thumbs back and pinch the shoulders together. And lower back down. Lifting up, twist and pinch. And lower. Lift and lower. Good. Lift and lower. We have 3 more. 2 and 1. And then we'll bring the arms out to the side. So arms are at 90 degrees, elbows are bent to 90 degrees. You can hold the weights again if you want to make it harder. We're just going to do a bit more back strengthening here. So lifting up, pinch the shoulders together and lower down. Lifting up, pinch and lower. If this is hurting your shoulder at all, you can come back down, lower down like this, or just try it without weights if you have weights. Good, really pinch the shoulder blades back as you lift. We have 3 more, 2 and 1. Good, and we'll put the weights to the side, and we'll just finish off with a bit of swimming. So arms up front, and then we're gonna lift up the legs, lift up the arms, and then we're just gonna do small kicks back and forth. Keep the neck nice and long. Try to keep your chest lifted up as high as you can. Engage in the core, pressing the hips into the mat for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Bring the hands just under the shoulder blades. Squeeze the legs together, lifting the chest up off the mat. So either coming to your full cobra or your mini cobra, whichever is in your practice. And lower, we'll do 1 more of those. Lifting up, getting a nice stretch to the back. And then we'll come onto our side. So move the weights out of the way if you have them. And we're gonna do a couple. I'm gonna go with the knee bend, so you can either have the legs straight, you can come all the way down, so whichever you prefer. So knee bent, elbow under the shoulder. We're gonna lift the hips up nice and high and lower for 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Lift the top leg. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Small circles forward. Try to keep the leg up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Backwards. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Lift the hips up nice and high. Top leg up, big circles forward for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lower down. Hips up nice and high, big circles the opposite direction. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lower down. Bend the knees, lift the ankles up, bring the knees apart nice and wide and back together. Make sure your hips aren't rolling back, so you can put your hand here. Good, for 3, 2, and 1. Grab the back of the ankle, stretching out the front of the thigh. And then switching over to the opposite side. So starting whichever way you started the previous set, I'm going to bend the bottom knee here. So elbow under the shoulder. Starting off by lifting the hips up and lower for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Top leg up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Small circles forward. Keep the leg up nice and high. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch directions. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Only 3 left. Nearly there. Lifting the hips up nice and high. Top leg up. Big circles forward. Try not to let the body move too much. So just the legs should be moving. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Hips up nice and high. Big circles the opposite direction. For 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lower down. Bending both knees. Lifting the ankles up. This just makes it a little bit harder. And then bring the knees apart. And back together for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Grabbing the top of the ankle and then straightening the bottom leg. And then we'll come onto our backs. So we did a bit of a spinal twist earlier, so we'll leave that out today. So we're just gonna pull the right knee into the chest. And then we're gonna cross the right ankle over the left knee and then grab behind the left thigh, stretching out the glutes on the right side. And then straighten out the right leg, hug the left knee in, nice and tight, just stretching out the hip. And then left ankle over the right knee, grabbing behind the right thigh. And then left foot down on the mat, holding onto the right leg, straightening up the right leg to stretch out the hamstrings on the right. Shoulders are relaxed. And switching, grab behind the left leg. And then coming back to the center, and we'll finish with that.